Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Saturday night, and gonna hang out in the music room here for a bit for tonight. And I got some new records to throw my attention into, so thought I'd show them to you real fast. Derek showed his Susie and the Banshees collection not too long ago, and that inspired me to get a few more of their albums. Because after I saw Derek's video, I started listening to the few Susie and the Banshee records that I have, and when I went out vinyl shopping today, I found a few that looked interesting to me, so let's take a look at them. Susie and the Banshees, Tinderbox. Don't know anything about this album, unfortunately. I wish I had something to share with you, but other than it looks interesting, it looks cool, and I couldn't wait to check this out. I think it's on Geffen, I believe. There's a cool picture of the band there, and it's on Geffen Records. And Derek's video was really cool, and it made me want to listen to Susie and the Banshees. Like I said, I spun the records that night, was really into it, and when I went vinyl shopping early today, saw this album and had to check it out. So Tinderbox, Susie and the Banshees, also from the same band. The album called Hyena. Found this one for a couple of bucks. It's in reasonably good shape. Like the last one, not familiar with the music on here, so hoping to discover something awesome here, and I'm sure I will. And it has the original insert. The insert's not in great shape, but a really sexy picture of lead singer there. As a man, you gotta like that. So anyway, cool couple of albums from Susie and the Banshees. I remember in the 80s I wasn't that big of a listener of them. I saw their videos on TV, liked what I saw then, but for some reason never got inspired to buy the albums until joining the VC. So that's what's great about the VC. Wakes you up to music you normally wouldn't discover on your own. So very cool. And the last of the Susie and the Banshees haul is a 12-inch single for the song The Killing Jar, which is from the album Peep Show. There's the back of it, and it's a promotional copy, maxi single. Really cool. It's also on the on Geffen Records. So some cool Susie and the Banshee stuff. Can't wait to check it out. Some older music from the band War, and this one's called The World is a Ghetto. I used to be in a band called Days of Green way back in the mid-90s, and me and the lead singer of that band used to really get stoned in his music room and listen to a lot of War. So I'm sure I heard this record, but I was probably so freaking high, don't remember much, but I'm sure once I start spinning, I'll remember. Of course, it has that song Cisco Kid, which is like the most popular song from War. But they were a good R&B funk band, and I like that label, United Artists Records. Pretty cool. So another one I can't wait to spin. I remember hanging out with my singer in that band, Days of Green, and you know, he had a bunch of War CDs, and I remember liking every single thing he played. So I know, and it wasn't just the weed talking, and I actually do like this band, so cannot wait to spin this later tonight. Okay, this is something I already had, but I never see this in vinyl shop, so I went and bought another copy. In Excess, the album is called X, and like I said, I had this already, but the copy I have is a UK pressing. This is an American pressing, but you know, almost the same thing. The only difference is the label, and it is on the Atlantic label, so this is a US pressing. And it's actually in really good shape here. So, and I notice, you know, since my copy is a UK pressing, you know, the jacket is made on this really thin cardboard. The vinyl is really thin, you know. So, you know, this cover is a lot thicker. The vinyl is a lot thicker. And I don't know if it's going to make a difference in the sound quality. But, you know, this is one of my favorite albums from INXS, so it's nice to have, you know, an import copy and a domestic copy, so in the collection it goes. Okay, this one's from the band Garbage, 12-inch single for the song Bleed Like Me, which was the title track from their last album, Bleed Like Me. Pretty cool song. I like the lyrics on it. If you ever see the video, Shirley Manson is dressed like a nurse with these really just sexy looking black nylons on and the tight nurse's outfit. I mean, God, the woman looks gorgeous in that video. And this is just a collection of remixes of the song Bleed Like Me. Originally I was going to pass on this album when I saw it, or this single when I saw it, but where the stores I shop for vinyl, I never see any vinyl by Garbage, ever. Except for their recent album, which is called Not Your Kind of People. That's the only Garbage vinyl I ever see in the stores. So the fact that I found anything by Garbage on a record is rare, and I picked it up just for that reason. I mean, the song Bleed Like Me is a good song. I don't know if I want to hear 4 or 5 different remixes of it, because I think there's about 3 or 4 remixes of the same song on there. I'm not a real big remix guy. I prefer the LP version, but this should be an interesting listen, and I'm such a Garbage fan, and like I said, never see the vinyl in stores, so what the fuck, right? Next up, an album from the band The Church. This is called Starfish. Bought this for one song, and that was Under the Milky Way. I absolutely adore that song. I just love it. Can't get enough of that song. I can't remember the rest of the songs on this album. I mean, I know they're not a one-hit wonder, but they put out more albums. It's just, you know, that was their big song, and I think they just kind of vanished after that, even though they still did gigs and still had fans. I mean, you didn't hear them on the radio much. But that song, and it's on the Arista label. But that song, Under the Milky Way, was like one of my favorites from this band, or is my favorite from this band. And I saw this record and just kept staring at it. And I know I only like one song on here, but I just kept staring. I was like, you know, I got a good feeling about this album. And, you know, that's what made me want to go for it. It just, you know, I guess I got caught up in the moment or whatever, and I'm willing to give things a fair shot, even though I'm not very familiar with the band, just the one song, but got a good feeling about this one. So The Church, Starfish, hopefully I'll like it. This one's from Bad Company, Dangerous Age. I still have this on cassette, and I always loved this album. This is such a fun listen. It is the late 80s, early 90s version of Bad Company. They got rid of the original lead singer and entered this gentleman right here. His name is Brian Howe, became the new singer for Bad Company. Because they're such a classic rock band, I think a lot of the original fans, and as you see, it's on the Atlantic Records label. A lot of the original fans didn't really care for this version, this lineup of Bad Company. They prefer the 70s lineup. And really, when this album came out, I think I was like 19, I was going on 20, and this was my introduction to Bad Company, because I didn't listen to much classic rock radio way back then. So I wasn't that familiar with them. So really, this was my introduction to Bad Company, and then I discovered the back catalog later, after buying this on cassette. And I was real happy to find it, because I love every song on side one. One Night, Shake It Up, No Smoke Without a Fire, Bad Man, Dangerous Age. Like I said, it's a fun album. And of course, the 70s Bad Company was better, but I mean, this is still a cool record to me, so I'm real happy to have it in the collection. I was listening to this last night. I got to clean it up. A few skips on this one, but yeah, I'll give it a good clean. Another record I used to own on cassette and found the album and thought, why not? I enjoyed this. Was the debut album from the Damn Yankees, which was a strange group of Ted Nugent, Jack Blaze, Tommy Shaw, and I keep forgetting the name of the drummer, Michael Cartellone. So this was a fun album too. I can't say I like every song on it, but most of the songs I like on it, such as Come of Age, Bad Reputation, Runaway, High Enough, Come Again, Mystified, Rock City. this was a good album, and this was the first album for Damn Yankees. The second one I had on CD, it was okay. I wouldn't say it was, I would say I prefer this one, and I had this one on cassette. This was a fun listen, and I played it last night on the turntable, and yeah, it's still a good record. I still enjoy it. I can't remember what the label it was on. Oh yeah, it's on Warner Brothers. So fun stuff. They only put out 2 records, and kind of went their separate ways. I imagine it must be really hard to be in a band with Ted Nugent, a real opinionated person, and a real one of those guys that just has to have his way, and really imposes his will and his ideas on everybody, whether you want them or not. So that's probably why this only lasted two albums, but this first one was pretty good. Another 12-inch single. I had this already as a 12-inch single, but I liked the cover, so I had to rebuy it because I saw this cover. Simple Minds for the song Alive and Kicking. Like I said, I already had this on 12-inch single, but this cover just could not be ignored. I just could not ignore this cover. It even has the back photo in this gold finish. It's just so cool. What's great about this one is it has an instrumental version of the song Alive and Kicking as well as the LP version. My other 12-inch single didn't have that, and of course a live version of Up on the Catwalk. So I just love this cover though. It's a great cover. I think it had the custom label on it, if I remember correctly. Yeah, so one side being white, other side being gold. So really nice. So really glad to have this one. And I spun this, the instrumental version of Alive and Kicking is really interesting to listen to. And damn, I love this gold cover, so can't get enough of this. I had to have it. Another something to fill out the collection, something I already had, and it's Berlin, Count 3 and Pray, but this is a sealed copy, and it was only $3. I already have a version, I already have this album, but this one was sealed, and didn't cost anything, so what the hell. But some good songs on here, Will I Ever Understand You, Like Flames, Take My Breath Away. Some good stuff on here, so it wasn't the strongest of the Berlin albums, but it wasn't bad. Another 12-incher from Prince, the song Pop Life. This was the follow-up to Purple Rain, I think it was called Around the World in a Day or something like that, which was the album it's from. Always dug this song, Pop Life. Whenever it came out when I was in high school, it was one of my favorite songs that year when I was in high school. And I love the graphic on there. That was a cool graphic. The song on the other side, let me see what it is a song called Hello. So Pop Life and Hello. And I like the label too. There's the second side, there's side 2, and there's the side 1. So pretty cool. So Prince, Pop Life. And, you know, I'm amazed at how many 12-inch singles from Prince I can find out there. There's tons of them, and you know, it would take forever to collect them all. He has so many out there. Like just collecting Prince 12-inch singles can be a collection. And to end it all off, I got a 7-inch record of Prince's Purple Rain, and it is the purple record. Pretty cool. Just had it because it was only $1, and I thought, hey, this would be a cool thing just to collect. I don't know how often I will listen to it, but I just thought this would be a great thing to collect. On the other side is the song God. So, pretty cool. Well, that's going to do it. Just a few records to stretch out the collection. I posted some videos of my band Broken Undertone of a show we did last weekend in Modesto. 3 songs from that show, and I got some good comments on it so far. and everybody seems to really like it. That was such a great night. We played for only played for like 45 minutes. We were the opening band of a 4-band bill, and you know, that was just such an inspiring night. I knew the band was going to do good that night. I knew we were going to play good. I knew we were going to go over well with the audience. You know, I had that feeling that whole week, and when we actually did that show, it just, everything came so easy and natural and effortlessly. You know, it was great, you know. I don't have too many gigs like that, you know. A lot of them feel like work, but, you know, this one, you know, it was just destined to go well. And we had a great time. I filmed the whole gig and made everybody DVD copies of it in the band. And one night we canceled practice just so we can all watch it together as a band. We barbecued and watched it and got gloriously drunk together. It was great. It was a good time. We got another show coming up this week at the local college here, the University of Pacific. And both of my bands are playing on the same stage, so I get double drum duty. So that should be fun. Anyway, that's going to do it here, and I'll see all you fine folks in the next video.